Okay, make sure these microphones on. Test, test, test. It looks like it's on. Good afternoon, folks, guys and gals. Yo, DIY / CNC woodworker here with you. As you know from my second video on this series of these anniversary plaques, I've had to recarve this plaque because I messed up. And until I get my bandsaw put together, which is sitting over here, which if you don't remember or don't recall, or if you're newer to my channel and don't remember, I promised my wife I wouldn't assemble that until I got her cabinet done, which isn't done, so my bandsaw sits over there waiting. In lieu of that, I've got my little blade runner, and I use it to finish carving out this wood. Okay, it's got the oval carved out. This is now scrap, so we'll discard of it. If you haven't noticed, I've mounted my microphone down here off my shirt pocket. My last couple of videos, I noticed I'm a heavy breather, always have been, probably always will be. Recently been to the lung doctor and had some tests run. They say that I'm producing about 60% of what I should produce as far as oxygen in my blood. So that, of course, leads to more tests, which will probably lead to more tests, which will probably lead to more tests. At least that's the way it seems here. But anyhow, okay, now I need to set up my router. I'll pause the video while I do that. I'll set up my router and put my flush trim bit on and trim this all flush around here like it needs to be. And I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, I've got my flush trim bit set up here in my router. Everything's plugged in and turned on. Well, not turned on yet, it will be. Let me turn on my vacuum here. Running this on the bearing. Not a whole lot to trim at, just a few little pieces here. Okay. Now what I have to do is change out this bit. I'll go ahead and show you what all we go through for that. I'm sure you've seen bits changed before, but if not, this will bore you to death. If nothing else will. Take that off. Reach under here, get my lock pin, if I can find it. Jeez. Okay, I was just kidding about finding the lock pin. There it is. Well, I need to raise that bit up to get to it. If you don't know or haven't heard, and again, I'm not endorsing these people. They don't pay me anything. Like I said in the past, I pay them, or have paid them. But this is the Sommerfeld Tools router set that they sell. And I tell you what, I am extremely pleased with it. It does a wonderful job at any kind of routing you need to do. I have a 1/2 inch bit. It takes 1/2 inch and takes 1/4 inch bits by changing out this collet here that I'm currently tightening up. Put that back on. I need to adjust this down. Eyeball it. Now what I'm going to do is get a scrap piece of wood over here out of my scrap pile. I can find any other time. I got 3/4 inch pieces of wood everywhere. Now that I want a scrap piece, I can't find one that's the right appropriate size. Here we go. That'll work. Now what I want to do is set that it's locked in. Adjust this to the bit. Let's run a little test carve here. That's good, exactly what I'm looking for. That little OG on the end there. Alright. Put you back over there for another time. And what I need to do here is see if I can do this edge here. Didn't put my vacuum on. I tell you what, brain sometimes doesn't want to function. noise I didn't like. And as that happened sometime, it tore a hunk out of that. Well, I'll just have to see. I'll just have to see if I can rescue this piece of wood. Dadgummit. Like I said, you just never know what's going to happen. If you can see that little chunk right there, it tore out. Let me get up here where you can see it. Tore a little chunk out right there. So, what I need to do is sit down with my sander and see if I can round that over and save it. Make it look like the rest of the board. If not, Lord have mercy. This is the second time I've done this board. Whew. Oh, Stephanie, you sure are causing me problems. That's not Stephanie doing it. It just, that piece of wood just caught on that bit and something there. I don't know if there was a default in this piece of wood at that point or what, but it grabbed that bit and that bit just ripped it out, and there you go. All right. I'm going to sit down with the sander, see what I can do. I'll be back with you in a moment. Okay, I think I was able to salvage this, and it came out looking pretty good. I'm going to do a little more sanding on this edge with my 80 grit. And we'll come back with my 120 and finish up. What I was able to do was just take this piece that had chipped out. It wasn't that big of a chip. I mean, it looked kind of ugly just looking at it, but by the time I got the sander to it, rounded that over a little bit and elongated this bottom piece somewhat, and then come around here on the top side and try to replicate that same amount of sanding and elongation, is that a word? Whatever, lengthening of this oval, just flatten it out, maybe a 1/16 of an inch if it was that much, and able to salvage and save this plaque, and I don't think it'll be noticeable unless the person that contracted me to do this plaque is looking at it and seeing its work. And we're going to say, well, I saw what you did. And hopefully, it'll be satisfactory. Long enough, everything will smooth out. This, of course, is an end grain of my wood here, and it will cut cross grain. It's always tough to get sanded smooth and get the everything to absorb well there. about anything. Alright. Get to this backside, sand it out, get all that stickum off from the double-sided tape that I used to hold this down while I was carving. Oh, alright. You're getting to see the whole banana here, guys. This is the fun part. Trying to make stuff look good. That double-sided tape just doesn't want to come off. It's the residue from the tape when you pull the tape off. It just wants to stay there. But a little bit of aggressive sanding and it'll come out just fine. Like I said, I don't worry too terribly much about this backside being just perfect finish. It's usually facing a wall. Someone can pick it up and look at it and say, well, that doesn't look bad, then I'm happy. Where the front side is the side that's always seen, and I dwell on it a whole lot more. Vibrating stuff off my table here. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and do my finished sanding off camera here. It's just more of the same with different grits until I get it up to the 120 grit, which is as high as I go. And no need boring you to death doing all that. I need to take my wire brush and get all these little fibers out of the wood, out of the numbers and stuff, and get that all taken care of, which I'll do that off camera also. You've seen me do that on other clips, so it's no need repeating that. And we'll be back with you in a little bit. Okay, I've got it sanded to the level I want it. I'm going to start with the first couple of coats of polyurethane. This board's the other board that I did the other night that was I didn't have to redo. I'm putting polyurethane on the back side of it. This will be the first of at least 5 coats of polyurethane, if not 6 or 8. We'll see. On this plaque. Now this can's almost out, so I'll go ahead and just spray it until it doesn't spray anymore. Try to get these edges down. And I go back and forth, left and right, north and south, to try and make sure I get the spray all down inside these letters nice. And seal those up. And I will also spray from this other side slowly. Give that polyurethane time to get where I want it. Like I say, this can's just about out, so I need to shake it. I normally don't do this way. I normally do straight across, even smooth strokes, but because this can is almost out, I need to do this to get the bottom part of that polyurethane to come on up and out. I don't shake the can, then the only thing that comes out is the gas, the propellant, whatever that is. But I think we've about exhausted this one. Which is good. That's a good first coat. We'll let that one dry up a couple hours. And if I got any more left over here in my paint stash, I'll spray some more. If not, which it doesn't look like I have, nope, I didn't think so. Before I get any more polyurethane on there, it's going to require a trip down to either Wally World and our Lowe's. Sometimes I can get it at Walmart, and sometimes I can't. But there you are. That's the process again. We've got the first good heavy coat of polyurethane on this thing. I'm going to let it dry. And when it's dry, I'll come out and spray another coat. Let that dry, and then I'll come out and spray another 2 or 3 coats. But the good heavy coats, I want to make sure that I got plenty of polyurethane on this wood to seal this wood so I don't get so much bleed through, or spider webbing as I call it, when I go to put the paint on. But that's it for now. We will talk to you as soon as I get around to painting this, which will probably be another day or 2. So we'll see you then. For now, this is the DIY Woodworker. I thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying my videos for what they're worth, and you're getting something out of it. And if you're not, then I thank you anyway. So you have a nice day.